Well, I just cracked this one open, and normally when you hear something like this, you hear, it's a broken gear set, And I'm looking in here, and I do not have a broken gear. I do not see broken teeth, but yet this thing is locking, not meshing. So something has gone terribly awry, and the pinion is not, well, yeah, it is a little bit loose, but not crazy loose enough to make it that bad. So we're gonna find out. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. All right, check this out. That flange is not coming out because it is fused to the bearing and slinger washer behind it. So that's going to be fun separating that, and hopefully this will be saved. Also, our distance piece is captured onto the pinion because of how this metal was raised. I believe this thing was most likely ran hot and it destroyed the bearings in it, namely the rear bearing, the back bearing here. And of course the gears got messed up, but they weren't broken, but they definitely got messed up. And they are definitely not usable. What a shame. All right, I'm set up in the arbor press now to get this flange and bearing and all this off this case. I've already released the pinion bearing and distance piece off the pinion, and man, did that make a huge pop. It was friction welded together. I wish I had put that on video because that was pretty dramatic. Anyway, we're gonna get this thing done here. I'm gonna have to put the phone down. Let me see if I can video this thing. I'm tripod-less, so let's see. Just like that, I think that'll work. And let's see, I'm gonna try to keep things organized. There we go. All right, release is going now. All right, let me stop for a moment. Catch this thing. Oh yeah, it's going. All right. There it goes. Bam. Nice. All right, let's get that here. And yeah, see the washer is welded to the input flange, so this thing is shot. I'm not going to be able to utilize that, so we need a new washer, and we're going to need a new input flange. Great. Don't run these things hot, guys. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's ran hot. This is the outer bearing. The rollers are flattened out. You can see how bad the inside race is. This thing actually still turns, which is really kind of freaky. But yeah, it's still captured and it still turns. There's the inside of the race, our bearing cup. You're gonna love this. All right, you can see the heat in this bearing as well. But this one didn't get destroyed completely, but you can see where it got really, really hot. This was what was friction welded. You can see how it doesn't really go down very far because that's where the weld was. And you can see how the heat is in that inside. You can see that race. Pretty bad, a lot of heat. This is also friction welded. This is the outer washer or slinger washer. That's friction welded to the flange, so the flange is no good, and of course the washer is no good, so both of those need to be replaced as well. So this was some pretty nasty failure. What happened here was the person didn't get all the oil into the differential, only got maybe a few ounces of oil in it, and he didn't realize that it had not pumped in. Sealed it back out, went out for a drive, did a couple pulls, and then seized this thing up and made terrible noises. Limped it back home, drained what little bit of oil that was in it out of it, got a hold of me, and sent it in, find out what was going on, and this is what it is. The ring and pinion did not get broken, but they are ruined because of how bad all this is done and the heat damage. So everything's going to get replaced inside this rear end, and we're going to make it new again. Exterior is not going to be restored because it's just a basic standard rebuild, and he's not caring about getting the exterior restored. He just wants to get this thing done and back in the car. All right, thanks for watching.